Okay, hi guys, this is Heidi. Just going to give you guys a quick rundown on how to use Excel. I'm not sure how familiar you are, but just want to give you a few little um, tricks and tips for you guys. I'm going to run through this kind of fast just so I'm able to email it to you and it's not too redundant. But you're going to see an export file that comes to your email every night with your location sales on it from the day before. And so this is the same export. I'm just going from the source. So I'm going to click into that so that way it comes up with the same things you guys are seeing. When you open yours up, you're going to open with Excel because this is an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to try to turn my camera around a little bit. You're always going to go if it has enable editing. You're going to click that so that goes off. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over to the very corner in the top, and we are going to, if you can see that right there, we are going to highlight, okay, by clicking that button there. You see the corner, and then see how the cursor changes. We're going to change it to where it's right there between A and B, and we're going to double click. Okay, what that does is put all of the columns where they're the appropriate links so you guys can read what the title is. Okay, the second thing we're going to do, if you guys notice, see the little green arrow in the corner? That is an error, okay? So I'm going to highlight this, and then you notice it brings up a yellow box here, has a little exclamation mark. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to convert to number, okay? So that way it takes those little arrows out. Now, you don't have to do it box by box. You can actually take right where your very first one needs to have an error in it that you highlight, okay? And I'm going to just highlight all the way down. Okay. And the last column, of course, being total sold. And notice that the little yellow box is still there. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to convert to number. And it, of course, brings all of these into numbers without errors. Okay. The next thing that you're going to do is that there's two ways to do this depending on what Excel you're working in. One, you can click the bottom row. You can find your little sign that looks like this. This is basically equation, and I'm going to just click it, and it's going to auto sum. Now it's going to auto sum the whole entire last line. All right. Now you notice that there's numbers here. That means that this column is not wide enough, so I'm just going to double click that again so it opens that back up. And now you can see you can read. Now if you do not have a current or you have a later version of Excel, I'm going to delete that so that way you can see what you need to do. You need to go to your very last line. You need to push the E. Now sometimes it's going to highlight all of it, but if it's missing information, you're going to, and it looks like this when it comes up, you're going to want to make sure that you highlight. See how it's highlighted all of those where it says A2 to A11. Okay, that means column A and rows 2 through 11, which we know is correct. So then we want to push enter. Okay, notice that now it has a total. So you don't have to do that through every column. So we're gonna highlight that green. We're gonna go up to copy. We're gonna right click, push copy, and then I'm gonna go over to the part of the form where it starts on hours. And I'm gonna highlight my whole bottom row. Okay, and then I'm gonna leave it where it's there, and I'm gonna right click, and I'm going to just paste, and it's going to do the same thing as before. It's going to put totals at the bottoms of each one. Now just real quick, we know that these are here, total credit card, batches, all of this. This of course is is money. It's not just numbers. So if you do want to change that to make your form pretty, find the dollar sign on yours, click it, and it changes it all to money. And then, of course, if you have a column that shows money at the bottom and you want to be a number, you would highlight that. You would go to your formatting here. You would push number, and then it's going to add decimal points, but you can just take those away by clicking that twice, and notice it brings it into a whole number. So you can add decimal points or take away. Then, of course, just to make it pretty, the other couple things that you can do real quick so this doesn't get too long is that I like to always highlight the bottom that has my totals in it, so it's the thing that stands out to me. And then also you can take your form and you can put your columns, or I mean your borders. And so I'm going to go down here, which is how you move it over, okay, all the way to the end. And then you would take and highlight what you want to put borders around. I'm going to do the whole thing just because I like it to be pretty. And then you would come up here to your little box that looks like that, click the arrow beside it, and I want to do all my borders just like that. Okay, so now you can see it looks like a pretty little Excel spreadsheet. Have a great day, sell some happy feet, and thanks for listening.